I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. Man, I hope my team they won one. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 771. This is the Indy Report. I am David L. Rhodes, and we have my man Jeffery Johnson. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, you know what? Trying to hunker down before this polar vortex gets here, man.
How many inches are they saying where you at?
Oh, they're saying 13 to 16. Yeah.
We're probably gonna get a foot.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get a foot where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild that now the South is getting some of the pain that I've been used to for the last 20 years.
Yeah, they deserve it, you know.
Man, I will say up here the winters have been much milder over the last 7 or 8 years. Like we haven't had like a crazy storm, like an insane. Like when I first got up here, man, my first storm was 2 feet.
Oh no!
I almost left. I almost resigned. I almost said, "I'll give y'all money back." Like I was done. Like I was done.
Now I've been up here in the DMV area since 2012, and we've seen some horrendous weather. But yeah,
It's funny you say that. I was in the Virginia area. I was in Manassas, Virginia, for work.
Yeah.
And I had a situation where they didn't plow.
Woo.
Company I had to go to was open.
Yeah.
I had to drive through that nonsense. They had about 9 inches. They refused to close.
They've been doing that for years.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk. Shout out to Emmett Jones. You talking about Nashville food flying off the show? I need to go to the store.
Me too.
I need to go to the store badly. I need to make an appearance to the grocery store immensely, like immediately. I'm gonna rock through this intro. Welcome to episode 771 of Inside the HBCU Special Lab Radio Show and Podcast, the show that's covering the sporting HBCU diaspora, all things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and the HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCU athletic programs and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rhodes, with my partner in crime, Jeffery Johnson. Tariq Wilson and Brandon King's on assignment. We might see Brandon later though, so stay tuned with that. He might make an appearance. We are filming from our home studios and sending a signal live to KCOH 12:30 a.m. studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. I'll tell you what, man. I'll do a show after this, which is a lot more raw, I would say. And one of the topics is definitely going to be about what's going on at Morris Brown. The big thing that happened was, for those who are not aware, I guess the Board of Trustees decided to remove the president at the time, Kevin James, and 1 week later they reinstated him. Said the firing released a statement itself last Monday saying his firing was without cause and listed Morris Brown's numerous achievements during his 7 years as president. And that included Morris Brown regaining accreditation from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools nearly 20 years after the embezzlement scandal ruined the college reputation. More things have happened since then. More allegations have come out since then. So I don't know if you've been paying too much attention to that. Those allegations involve sexual harassment. So I wanted to get your thoughts and your perspective on what's going on at Morris Brown.
Okay, when they said sexual harassment, was it the president that had sexual harassment, or their board members being accused?
So it's based on what I read, it was the president that had sexual harassment allegations.
You know what? I will say this. I'm from Atlanta, and my grandparents on my father's side both went to Morris Brown. my father's Morehouse, mom's Spellman, and various aunts and uncles and cousin Clark. This is par for the course for Morris Brown. And Morris Brown has always struck me growing up as, I can't say a university, but as a college that did not want to evolve. Let me explain. There was points, and I would say probably in the 80s and 90s when they had an opportunity to expand. And I kind of felt like Morehouse, Clark, this was during the 96 Olympics when the Olympic Committee was just throwing money at all of the venues in Atlanta, the host venues. Morehouse got the gymnasium. They also got a couple buildings. Clark got the stadium. Morris Brown got Herndon. And Morris Brown was sitting on property that could have been used for more Olympic events, and they turned it down. And it always reminded me of let's say like if Morehouse, Clark, and Spellman drove Lexus, Lucid, Waymo, Tesla, advanced cars, cars with bells and whistles, where I felt like Morris Brown and the board and all the leadership there drove a Model T, a simple Model T. And it feels like it's still the same Morris Brown that I grew up with, where it's always, you could see what is going on behind closed doors out front, like with the firing of the former president. And you're just sitting there saying it's the same thing that hasn't changed. And you know that the college is what it's governed by what is it the Baptist?
It's AME.
AME, volatile. So, it just screams to me non-evolved or informed people. But if the allegations are out there, then it's something I would definitely look at.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think, we as a society has a habit of immediately going to outrage. So like when they first announced that he was reinstated, it was like outrage across the board. And then when they decided to release him, there was outrage across the board. And then time went on, then they decided to reinstate him, and folks was happy. And then there was a second layer of what was going on. So now everybody's like sitting there, like figuring out how they're going to manage this, because based on the things that he said that he did while he was there as the president, those 7 years, he's made a decent amount of progress in getting the accreditation back, growing the student body. So it looks like there's progress that was made, and I hope that they can get through this and not squander that the momentum that they had with regards to that. That's my biggest concern, because I was a student at A&T when Morris Brown shut down the first round in 2003. I remember when some of those students transferred to T.
Yeah.
So for me, I was happy to see them resurge. I hope, the allegations are the allegations. If they did occur, he needs to get what he gets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm there. And he needs to get what he gets. But hopefully, I think their initial situation was they were thinking it's a classic. The board of trustees is dropping the ball. Board of trustees don't know what they're talking about. We gotta run this one through a little bit. We can argue about whether or not the board of trustees pulled the trigger too fast or whatever the initial time. We gotta let this run its course, and hopefully whatever needs to occur has to occur from the standpoint of justice and things of that sort when it comes to that. But
yeah, definitely let it run its course. But let's say if they did the right thing early and something comes out, and it's like the similar situation where it was at Fort Valley State, where they had a president was pimping somebody.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so no, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah. Which brings me to the next topic. There was a United Negro College Fund report that examined the presidential tenure at HBCUs. The average tenure of a college president in the United States is 5.9 years. However, the average HBCU president serves an average of 4.22 years. For private HBCUs, it's 4.4 years, and public HBCUs is around 4. So we're having this discussion about Morris Brown, and this individual's been there for like 7 years, I believe, and still there because now he's back, which is way above the average. Like A&T recently had a chancellor that was there for over 15 years. And fun fact, at the time, he was the longest tenured chancellor in the UNC system out of 16 universities in the state of North Carolina. You guys have a new president now, but prior to that, you had a guy that was there for over 40 years.
We had the Robert Mugabe of HBCU presidents.
Yeah, y'all had somebody that was there forever, ever. So
he was not going to leave Hampton unless if it was the upper room. I mean, like, yeah.
Wow. So I want to get your perspective on those numbers that I just gave to you regarding that, because to see progression, you need to have some level of tenure as a president or a chancellor during that period.
Well, you know what? I do feel sometimes every university is different, especially in HBCUs. Some are open air, I would say volatile markets like FAMU. We see the vitriol there. You see some where it's kind of behind the scenes, like what happened at Hampton and that we saw at A&T. We saw what stability. And with stability becomes progress, or you see the financials are in order. We're in the black. But I do think that when we have this, what we say, short tenure cycle, then it means that it feels that everybody's expecting results quickly. And primarily at HBCUs, I feel that that is something that we do not need to be a part of, because when it comes to, I think the perception a lot of times that we get is like, oh, well, they're mismanaged, because I get this all the time in working in academia that, how could you go there? And these are from our own people. Oh, everything is mismanaged. And, I had so-and-so go there and he was there for maybe 2 years because the department was crazy. And we hear this, but then when you hear other people who are actually working at these institutions, they say the exact antithesis of what most people are saying. So I do feel that for most presidents that come in, if they come from outside of the HBCU system and they're coming in, yes, it's probably a shot to the heart. And it's probably harder for them to, I would say, stay committed to what they establish. But for many, I would say, who come from within the HBCU system and they finally get their dream job at their university they either grew up with or at another HBCU. And I feel that once they get in there and they realize that they might be hampered due to, I would say, financial reasons or due to other items that plague most HBCUs, it makes the tenure short. So there are a lot of things that I would say contribute to this factor, but for the most part, it is an interesting study, though.
It is, and the thing is, like, I think about all the chancellors since I've graduated from A&T, like all the chancellors that have been there, and I noticed the deltas between like the ones that's been there more than 4 years versus the ones that's been there around four and under. And it's stark, man. Like my chancellor was there for 7 years, and then the next couple was there 3 years or less until Martin showed up, and you could see the stark difference between the folks who had more time. But a lot of times, and what I've noticed is that the alumni base and the board kind of leverages a lot when it comes to that. Even though the state, if you're in a public institution, the state sometimes have more leverage about who your chancellor is going to be or president is going to be. But I think it's important for the alumni base just not to be involved in sport, but also be involved about what's going on the campus on the day-to-day aspect of it all.
Oh, I totally agree, but agree to the point of not storming.
No, not storming. No, but like having awareness, having the ability to mobilize if needed.
Yeah.
Not storming.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like we got a chancellor that's been there about a year. It's been about a year at this point, a little over a year at this point. And and we're past the feeling phase. Anybody's doing great things,
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of folks initially wasn't too happy with the selection at the time, but I think he's been there. He's doing good things. He cares about the student base.
Yeah.
So I think if he had, as long as he keeps approaching it that way, he's going to be fine. And he did not have any type of HBCU experience from that standpoint. Like he didn't graduate from HBCU. All of his gigs. This is his first HBCU gig in academia. So it's fascinating to see how that runs, because I think some people automatically assume, oh, it's not going to work. Some institutions, they're very particular. I'm not sure about your current chancellor, what type of experience he had prior to coming to Hampton.
He was the CEO of Leidos, and he had a military background. So he was good at logistics. He was great at organizing, and he's great at building. So we already see what he has done. Everybody was like, he is the direct opposite of what Bill Harvey was. Bill Harvey was big, shiny things that you can see. President Williams is about infrastructure, like the muscle under the hood. So big complaint that the students had was the Wi-Fi on campus. He brought in a firm. I know that's more your area, and Wi-Fi gone. The Wi-Fi went up so well that, the students were like, a lot of football kids on the team were complaining that they couldn't play Call of Duty or Warzone or whatever you call that, in the dorms because it kept crashing. So he brought.
They should be out here studying anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. No,
you're right. And,
but I'm a gamer too, so I get it. I mean, you're off time. You want to do that.
He increased the bandwidth. He also increased the why I say so much. The students complained more about the food selections, and these were the items that he not only did he improve, he made it to the point where students now, they're having trouble trying to keep. They're like, students are trying to take food that that they shouldn't take. So these are good problems. So it's like, who tries to take food out? So, but good problems. And I think what we got with Williams was, I always say, muscle under the hood. If it's a sports car, he put in more Hemi engine or something like that. Whereas Harvey was, okay, I'm gonna pull up in a Bentley. You gotta look at the Bentley, and the Bentley is a big shiny building that nobody goes in, but it's there and it looks good and it's expensive. Don't touch it. You see the progress, but for us, we're definitely happy with what we see there. And I would say for most other HBCUs, I think a lot of the times the alums, well, you didn't come from us, and you don't know how it is. And we could be very, I would say, exclusive with the HBCU experience, and I'm not allowing a chance for outsiders to come in and be a part of it. So, and what I've noticed about what A&T has done, they let him work, and he's cooking. So
now he's cooking. It took a lot of, for me, I kept telling a lot of my fellow alums to give him some time. Like, I think you got to give him some time, because I mean, you're following arguably the best chancellor we've ever had. Like, you got to get him some time.
Like, that dude, ooh, man.
And I think, and Chuck got it right here. Like, I understand some aspects of gatekeeping, but I think if you get somebody in here that wants to fix things that we've complained about for decades, let them try to fix it.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. Let them try to fix it.
And I get shouted down about this all the time. Some of these old timers gotta go, and it's thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Please still contribute financially, but like, your ideas don't align with, I would say, the prospective student coming into these universities now. You gotta go, or they should not be on the boards anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely valid. I mean, I just had a child who went through this whole college phase, and I've seen the difference in how other people cater, and so it's very stark.
Mhm.
And I said it on Twitter before my daughter started coming up with her list. I said, you got to compete, man.
Yeah.
Especially like if your academic standards have increased, you got to compete. So there's so many pieces of the puzzle you got to compete, and I think a lot of us see it, some of us don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that is very important.
Yeah.
And there's some things that we have to change, and so we can. And I think some of those things help, especially if you're a public HBCU. Is one thing to compete. Everybody thinks their school's the best, and as they should, right? But you got to start making the comparisons not just against your HBCUs, but against everybody.
No, absolutely.
Against everybody.
I know we're up against the break, but I'll just say this. I had two cousins that were basketball players from Chicago, and they were being recruited by HBCUs and PWIs, Towson, Radford, George Mason, William and Mary, Hampton, Morgan, and Howard. And we went on all the tours. And out of all the tours, of course, George Mason, William and Mary, red carpet, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hater, Hampton. No, we took them to Howard first. Howard, they basically just used the campus. They just saw a bunch of people, bunch of Qs doing the hops. They saw your blue fire wave.
They ain't see you do your little ice. You ain't none of that. None of that.
They thought we were whack, man. So.
Dr. Cavil will not be pleased. Might have to take a trip down to Howard, Dr. Cavil, get them straight.
Yo, no, this is funny. And they were like, why they got whistles in their mouth? And so it was total like, man, y'all are just, ooh. But anyway, Howard used the campus as a backdrop. Like, okay, hey, don't look over here. Look over here. Don't look at all. Look over here. And they loved that. They like the culture got them. Then they went to Morgan. It was Morgan was like a little bit less of that, but it was like, hey, we could compete. Hey, we could do this too. And I was just like,
Morgan's got a nice campus though.
No, thank you.
They have a nice campus, man.
Felt like they had low campus self-esteem. Like, hey, we're coming up. No, you got this.
You got this. Yo, my daughter loved Morgan campus. She loved Morgan campus.
I do too. And then, of course, I was big up in Hampton. Big up. Like, oh, can't wait. And I remember they came out, the tour guide came out in a blue suit. Oh my God. The blue suit was tacky. It looked like sleazy. And they had like little stanchions where the tour guide at different parts of the campus would get on like on a little stanchion when they're towering over you. And I was like, this is not a theme park. What is this? And it was, oh God. And it was more about, this is the Hampton way. And I was like, this is not going to work. I said, Towson, show them, we got Chick-fil-A here. We got Panda Express here, Chipotle over here. If you're hungry, it's 24 hours. And you get it. And if you're on the team, you can eat free once a week. Selling. Hampton was all about, if you do this, you get kicked out. I was like, this is not going to work.
I'll keep it a beam with you. My daughter toured Hampton twice. The first time, and she really like she really wanted to go to Hampton. Like she was like begging me to take her on a tour for the Hampton for the first time. I know we're at the break, but it's fine. I'll get a break in. Yeah. And maybe if you can have time, come back, great. If not, hopefully Brandon comes. Yeah. So she was begging me to take her to Hampton, right? And I did. I took the time. I took her to Hampton, right?
Yeah.
And she had the tour, and she just was like, she wasn't feeling the vibes. And I said,
exactly.
She wasn't feeling the vibes. And then, but she still applied, and they gave her some scholarship money. So at that point, she went back for like the university day that y'all do or whatever, right? And it was a little better the second time. And at this point, it was decision time. Like she had to make a decision.
Yeah.
And it was good it was better the second time, but it was just, like you said, they were worried about, they talked about the scholarship that she received and emphasized what you got to do to keep it instead of
Yeah.
talking about all the great things that Hampton is. Because I remember when I went to your cafeteria and I saw the view that you guys had, and I said, "Oh, this is how to get the students in right here." But they didn't really emphasize it during the tour.
Thank you.
I knew what it was, and I told my daughter, "That's why. This is why the kids come. Like that is dope. You can just eat, and you'll be right and eat, and you get the water. Like that is dope. Most campuses can't. A&T cannot do that.
Yeah.
And we have a beautiful campus, but A&T ain't got that. All right." I said, if you into that, that's dope. That is great. But we gotta do a really good job selling it. Like she loved A&T's tour. And she was cool with Morgan's tour, but then when you ask questions, then you gotta remember their students too. So you gotta make
that's another thing.
But you're supposed to have the students to do it.
Huh?
You're supposed to have to, and sometimes what I normally do, and I did this in every tour. I literally would pull the student to the side and be like, all right, keep it straight with me.
Yeah.
XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And I got interesting answers at Morgan. I got interesting answers at Howard. I got interesting answers at Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like Buffalo, like some of the answers I got at Buffalo convinced me that I didn't need to go to Stony Brook.
Yeah.
I got some answers at Hofstra. Like I just wanted to get the real. Like I got to get the real because my daughter's coming here. Like my daughter's potentially coming here. So I need to know. Like I need to know because I don't know if I said this, but I told my daughter I get one veto. Yeah. Like I get one school that I'm going to say you absolutely cannot go to.
What you said, Ole Miss?
No, it wasn't even an option. She wasn't trying to go south. She wasn't trying to go too far.
Smart.
She wasn't trying to go too far, right? So I think Georgia was that was the furthest that she was willing to go.
No, don't go to Georgia.
No. I mean, not Georgia. I mean, like the state. The state. Yeah, the state. Like she applied at Spelman, but that was like that was the furthest that she was willing to go south.
Yeah, I don't think
that was the furthest.
She wouldn't like Spelman, but
no, I mean I told her if she gets in, we'll go tour it, and they put her on the wait list, so that got axed.
Yeah,
facts. She was going to end up staying up here, man. I knew. I knew she was going to leave Rhode Island, but she was going to stay in the Northeast somewhere.
It's all good.
Yeah, but all right, let me take this break. We ain't talking no sports yet.
What we got coming up?
I want to talk about basketball. I mean, we had a nasty televised game during the football national championship. So I want to talk about that game. I didn't get to watch too much of it because I was watching the national championship.
Yeah.
But I saw the results and I saw what occurred. So I want to have a conversation about that because I got some thoughts. Maybe we can get into the whole the investigation too a little bit. But all right, so let's take this is probably going to end up being the only break, guys. Sorry, Dr. Cavil. This is probably going to be the only break of the day. So we'll be right back after this break.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
To these colleges, and we have to fund our kids in these colleges, and we have to make sure our kids have seats in these colleges.
And what about HBCUs? You mentioned
absolutely. You got to fund them all, and you've got to make sure they're properly funded. You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network. in partnership with the HBCUs. And Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Okay. That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't own. I just knew.
Why didn't you buy it?
I just knew. I just knew that these black.
I like that talk.
All right. I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
There's a shot. To right. It could be. Right field. Grand slam. What a shot. That's how you get hot, young fella.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. All you guys at BCSN, we really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's.
Compress the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 771. This is the Indy Report, and I have my man Jeffery Johnson here. All right, man. So Monday on Martin Luther King Day, we played a basketball game in Hampton.
Yeah.
During the national championship. Now, I will say this.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that the national championship next year will be a week later.
Yeah.
Which means we'll probably get a better rating. Because going up against the college football national championship is not exactly optimal with regards to that.
Yeah.
So I will say this: the men did play. Trying to find the final score here. My daughter came to me. My daughter popped up right after we went to commercial. You guys won 82-61, and it wasn't even close, really. We kind of got dominated. Now I will say this: this is the same ref that got Monte Ross. These are the same. Yeah, this is the same crew that got Monte Ross the public reprimand.
Yeah,
we got Brandon King that has made an appearance. What's up, sir?
What's going on?
What up, man?
What's going on? So we're talking about what we're talking about what happened to A&T on Monday night in Hampton. It got beat pretty bad. It was pretty terrible.
You know, and the commissioner was there too.
Oh, of course he was there. Of course he was there.
No, but I would say Gaines and Eli combined for 42 points, man. Gaines 24. And man, like that, I think that was more of a coming out party for him. I will say this, I am kind of shocked that the game, I know we were at home, but pull away, it didn't feel competitive at all at a certain point.
And you know what the wild thing is? We've played a lot of good teams in the CEA competitively this season.
Yeah.
Like we played UNCW competitively this season.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of stunned. Like I'm in an Aggie chat, and and they were watching the game. And I was watching CFP because you remember, for those who don't know, I covered the NFL. So like I'm thinking about I'm in draft mode now since we're in off season with the Panthers. So I was watching the game, and I'm like, and I'm watching the score. I'm looking at the score ticker, and I'm seeing it get pulled away, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Because I thought the game should have been closer. I know Hampton's good. I'm not trying to discredit how good Hampton is. I think they're one of the better teams in the conference.
Yeah.
But the way that they pulled away was very shocking. And I know, the team is going through the A&T basketball team is going through some challenges right now. However, we haven't won a conference game yet.
Yeah.
So this was one that we probably had a potential shot to get.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it, right? and I want to say the statistic out loud because I want folks to get their perspective on it. This is Coach Ross's third season.
Yeah.
He has 8 conference wins total so far.
Woo.
The interim head coach in the first year of the CAA had the same amount in one season.
Yeah. And he recruited a hell of a lot better too.
Well, Shumpert didn't have I think, and the thing is, Ross, I like who he brought in this year. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, the positive thing is, everybody gets into the tournament, the conference tournament. So if they can figure this out before the tournament, this might be a moot point.
Yeah.
But there's some really good teams, man. Charleston, UNCW, like there's some really good squads there in that conference.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see how it goes. It is very, very interesting about how this is panning out. We're 4-1 against the MEAC, including beating number 1 Maryland Eastern Shore. We can't get a CAA win.
Yeah. You know what though? It's like I still feel like the jury's still out on Eastern Shore, man. I mean,
they're undefeated. How you gonna say the jury's out on them?
You know what though? Like if you think about it, a lot of the programs in the MEAC right now are having down years. Besides them, Norfolk's down. Central's gonna always be down for a while. So I mean, I just kind of feel like they're just good by circumstance, but they're good. They're good. I watched them. Good.
Here's my take about Maryland Eastern Shore and Coppin. They should always be good in men's and women's basketball. No, I'm serious. And the reason why I feel that way is because they do not have football.
True.
So they should be good in men's and women's basketball.
True.
You can divert all your resources to that. You don't have
exactly.
But ain't nobody going out to Princess Anne to watch no basketball.
It ain't about whether or not folks are going out there to watch basketball. Because I think Coach Hill can recruit, and I think he can coach.
Well, I agree.
So you serious about it. Y'all should be good all the time because you have the ability to put your resources into those 2 sports.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got a phenomenal bowling team too. Like, you put it in basketball and bowling. Like you got it. You put it in basketball and bowling. Coppin got a pretty good volleyball team. You put it in volleyball and basketball. Like,
yeah,
you don't have football, so you should be able to leverage the resource. Just like there's some schools in the CAA that don't have football.
Yeah.
UNCW is supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Charleston's supposed to be good. Like, they're supposed to be good. They're supposed to be good at basketball. That's their main sport.
Over at at Eastern Shore. So, but
I think they're for real, man. I know you don't want to give them credit, but they're for real, man. I think
they are for real based on circumstance. I'll just leave it at that. I would want to see them going up against talented state program, but they're good. They're good. They're good enough. I'll leave it at that.
I'm gonna leave the A&T men's basketball discussion with this. We have a town hall this Monday.
Why?
We do an athletics town hall. We do one twice a year. So ours is this Monday. So the AD is going to go up there, go over how things are going on in athletics, and take questions from alumni. And let me tell you this. I think Coach Ross needs to get a game won before Monday.
Hold on. Let me ask this. This is not healthy. We just talked about not allowing fans. I mean, alums have too much voice. You remember we were talking about what?
But the thing is, it's a town hall. We always have done town halls. We've been doing town halls forever. The purpose of it is to go over how the campaign's going for our Aggies All In, go over how things are going in athletics from that standpoint, some of the new projects that are about to happen that's coming down the pike, and the AD is going to take some questions. I think that's fair. I mean, he only has to do this twice a year. It ain't like you got to do this every week or every month. Like, it ain't like FAMU where they have the coach up there getting grilled by the alumni base. Like it ain't that. The man only got to show up for two. The man only got to show up for like 2 or 3 times a year to answer some questions, and maybe they drop one when there's something special that happens that warrants it. It ain't like it's easy.
Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was thinking about that. You just said it. I was thinking it.
I'm just saying, man. Like I think it's fair for him to have, like, I think it's important for university to also give transparency when it comes to things like this or across the board. Like you got to give transparency. You know, I don't know if he's gonna be talking about what happened with the whole gambling situation with the FBI. I don't know if he's gonna get into that, and rightfully so. I don't think he should get into that.
No, okay, that's not. Yeah, we're not. But let's go back to this town hall. Was Vincent Brown? Was he in those? Did he participate in town hall?
No. This is just the AD would show up. Sometimes the AAF will show up. The coaches do not appear in this. This is just No. This is just AD.
Okay.
Yeah. No. No. They like the coaches get their own press conference. They got their own weekly thing that they got to deal with the alumni base with. They do a Monday, like for football. They do a Monday press conference. And they feed the alumni, and you can ask questions if you want to ask questions.
Okay.
Boy, they get in front of the firing squad every week.
Mm-hmm. So you can imagine. Now, granted, a lot of the times the alumni don't really ask questions. Like they'll talk to the players that show up there and things of that sort. But typically, it's the media that asks the questions. It's very rare that alumni get up and ask a question. It doesn't really happen that often.
Oh man.
Is this virtual or in person?
Go. Oh, it is in person every week. It's in person. No, but it is virtual. You can watch it. You can watch it live, but it's in person.
Oh God.
He's been the athletic director for I think like 15 years at this point, maybe longer at this point. He's been there for a bit.
Hey, you know what though? I would say this, Earl's almost the dean of athletic directors, isn't he? For most. I
mean, if you're talking from the standpoint of success over a decade, yeah. But I think right now, what Ashley Robbins has been doing with Jackson, what Dr. Cavil's been doing down at Alabama A&M, yeah. I think those guys are doing outstanding. I think Howard's AD,
yeah,
I think they're doing excellent. Like I think they're doing a good job. Your guy just got there, so time's gonna tell with Dr. Henderson. But
no, don't call him Doc. He's not a doctor. But...
Oh, he's not a doc. Why I thought he was a doc. My bad. All right.
No,
I apologize.
No, he good. He would love to be called Doc though. But
but I think I can see the work that he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got your first championship last year. Maybe y'all got a shot to get another one this year.
Well, we came in second in track, in the indoor track, and that.
So y'all won. The women won last year.
Yeah, the women won. Came in second this year.
Well, the championships ain't there yet. That's next month, so we're gonna see.
Yeah. So.
We're gonna see. I mean, I think the A&T men got a shot to repeat. We got the third fastest 200-meter runner in the country. So
yeah.
So we might yeah, I think we're sitting in a good position.
Good position. And I think right now that's pretty much the sport that's pretty much really competitive at right there. It's just track and field right now. The focus is, of course, is football and basketball. But yeah.
My attitude has always been this: while we're terrible in basketball and football, they got to win championships somewhere else. Because even our women's basketball team is starting to turn around a little bit. We did beat y'all in that.
Yeah.
Even though, and some would consider it an upset at the time because you guys have been playing better. Like I think the ladies have been playing really well for you guys as well.
Yeah.
A&T got their second win in beating y'all 70-57.
Yeah.
I just think that the ladies got to, once they figure out the guards, I think we're going to be fine. And I think, and the difference is they got time to do it in time for the tournament. I think the goal for them is just to make sure they're not in the bottom four, so they ain't got to win like 4 or 5 games in a row to win the championship to get that one bye and not the second bye.
Look, my thing is once other teams start pressing, they need to get to the half court probably with at least 15 to 20 seconds, or at least 15 seconds up on that clock. because I watched games when they start pressing, they get to that court, they get to half court. It's like maybe 9-8 seconds left. You can't really run a play by then. So, you know,
I'm gonna say something, and y'all gonna laugh when I say this regarding this comment about A&T should dominate track and field. The reason why a lot of HBCUs tend to dominate track and field is because we have the sprinters. We typically have, 100 meter, 200 hurdles, 400 meters. Those are the ones that we typically are pretty dominant in.
We're getting them all day.
We're gonna get those, but the problem is that these track and field teams and these PWIs, when it comes to winning these team championships, they got folks doing the pole vault. They got folks doing these jumps. They got folks doing all the other events, steeple chases, and all. Like they got at least one person doing all the events. Yep. So when you start adding up the numbers, it becomes the decathlon. It becomes a problem. It becomes a very problem. It's and they have black runners and track people too. Track and field.
You know what?
Too.
I watched what was it? I watched another program. They had guys from Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where y'all get them from?
Hey, Campbell, let me tell you something. Campbell had this dude that almost won a national championship from Africa, man.
But that's the problem.
But to be fair, when we had Coach Ross, we had some folks that were from Africa too. Yeah. We had some folks from Nigeria. Like we had some folks that were like at that level too. Yeah. Most of them were from the States, but we had a couple folks that weren't from America.
You got my classmate there too, Terrence Trammell.
Yeah, he does. Yep. And I'll tell you what, man. And the field has been the key to us winning these championships. Yeah. Folks out here on the shot put, doing the throws. That's been the key. Yeah. Without that, we don't win the team championship. We'll win, like I said, we'll win the dashes. Like we'll win them.
Run, Negro, run. And we got
we'll win those. Yeah, we should. I agree, Emmett. We should, but we like outside of 400 meters, like we might have somebody that's good in the 800 meters, but past that, we ain't got folks running miles. Like we ain't got the folks running the miles and steeple chases. We ain't got those.
No, we know we get those. Those come from outside the country.
Yeah, we got to figure out. We got to do better and get some more of those because I'm telling you, man.
Recruiting budget.
And I can tell you from personal experience, I was a former track runner. I was a distance guy. So I hated track meets actually because track meet I did 8, 16, 4x8, 3200. So, and I say all that to say and I was pretty decent. Our 4x8, we made it to state that particular year. It was high school. And yeah, the only school that really reached out and showed any interest was a PWI.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess it's something that it's running the 1600 is not sexy.
Yeah.
At all.
Mm-mm.
It's necessary. It's kind of like the left tackle in football. You don't really notice you need one until you don't have one.
No, I call it the parallel to the special teams and football.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it into perspective of how important. I'm gonna put it into perspective of how crazy we are so bent on sprinting. Right, when Coach Ross was the coach at A&T, he had a kid that was a sprinter, 100 meter. He was so like Ross had so many sprinters. He had to tell him to go jump because there wasn't enough. Like, if you want to perform, you gotta go jump because I need a jumper. And he ended up becoming a high level jumper. Like he made it to nationals on jumping, which was impressive. But when Ross left to go be the coach of Tennessee, he transferred to LSU. He was a sprinter, a dang good one too.
Yeah,
like 100 meters, dang good one, right? So I say all that to say, like, it's just not our focus, and we just got to do better with regards to that. Like, we'll get sprinters all day, but we gotta get better in like having balanced track teams. We'll get some sprinters in nationals. Like HBCUs will get sprinters in nationals, but
do you think we get into those white kids? It's like
we can recruit them.
Yeah.
My running joke is, since we're in the CAA, we should be out here going to Boston and just grab a couple. Just grab a few. Just pick a couple of them up in Boston.
I remember
they all over the place in Boston, bro.
We grabbed on some of those New Jersey tight ends. They were good, but yeah.
I will say this. I mean, our A&T football team right now, some of our recruits, they some big boys, some horses.
That's a real sore spot with us right now, man. That's gonna be on the next one. We'll talk about it on the next one, man. That's a sore spot right now.
We had 13 recruits come in last weekend. All 13 committed.
Yeah, sore spot right now.
Then you might see it on the internet. You might not.
Yeah.
Glad we got y'all when we did.
Soon come, sir. Soon come. Soon come. I don't know if you want to play us in 2028.
Oh God, man.
The program would be built by then, bro.
Well, I would like to think we'll be on better footing by then.
Y'all will. It'll be a much better game. We'll both be in a decent state of affairs by then. That is fair. But the thing is, you got to come to the borough. So,
That's all right. I will be there. I'm putting it on wax. I'm going to be there.
Hey, man, we got a foreign exchange program, man. Relax. We already got that. We good there. we good there. It's always fascinating, because I mean, we don't have our tennis team. We got international players all over the place on our athletics. There's no shortage.
We got our sailing team, that's where the ball and the volleyball team. The volleyball team all comes from Serbia,
wow.
Or we had a Russian last year, so.
Now we got a pretty international volleyball team too. We've got some pretty good American volleyball players too. Like our best volleyball player is Tyne Ross, and fun fact, her parents went to the school down the highway. So I mean, school down the road. Excuse me.
But it's interesting. Majority of the foreign ones, taller ones. Like Americans just don't have the taller ones. Can't get.
But volleyball is interesting because I think volleyball is starting to grow, particularly like down in Texas and different parts of the United States.
Oh yeah.
So it's a growing sport, and I'll tell you what, man. I've been to some volleyball games. They be, they be up, man. I'm telling you, they be up. Like it's a pretty dope sport to go watch live. I will say that.
And the tennis type of tennis style of competition. So yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna get ready. All right. So Brandon, how you feeling about Tennessee State before we close out for basketball? Y'all still balling, man.
Hey, Coach Smith is doing a phenomenal job. We dropped one this week that we probably shouldn't have, and we talked about that last week. But it seemed that they turned it around. We had Aaron won Player of the Week for the third time this year. So second in conference right now. So I mean, the men, they're playing very good basketball. They've been shooting the three a lot better over this recent stretch, but man, when they can get out and they can force turnovers and get out in the open court, dude, they're special. And a lot of the runs that they've been able to generate in some of these games that they've won, that's how it starts. So feeling pretty good, and it's been a while since I can confidently say, in terms of our placement in the conference on the men's side, I feel pretty good about where they are, and I don't think that they've played their best basketball yet, which is what you want to be peaking, going into
time.
Yep. So I think that they still got some room to improve. So I like where they are. Like I said, the ladies, There's still a work in progress, but like I said, I've been saying it all season. I watch them. I've watched nearly all their games, and they're better than a 3-win team. It's just they have these stretches of where they turn the ball over, or you can't throw it in the ocean, or they just have these stretches in games. And it ultimately costs. They put themselves in a hole that they can't dig themselves out of. So I still think that the future is up and up. I think Coach Dupree is doing a good job of starting to build out her program. So I think perhaps their improvement curve is a little longer than the men's, but overall, I think they're still going in the right direction.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, the ladies could be dangerous if they can figure it out before tourney time. Do all the teams make it in the OVC, or is just
no?
Oh, okay.
No, they don't.
Oh, they got to figure it out very.
Yeah, they got to figure it out quick. So it's I want to say it's we talked about this. Like, was it top 8?
Top 8 out of the 10. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 8. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I'll bring this up, and I know Liv will love this. I mean, the SWAC now, all 12 teams get in the tournament. So, and I'm like, that's what you want. You want chaos, man.
Yeah. And speaking of, let me say this. I don't know. I watched just about every game that was on Monday, and let me tell you, none of them. I mean, it wasn't a clunker amongst the bunch. I mean, I was glued to my iPad from, I guess, about 1 o'clock to about 7 o'clock. All the games, both of the state and A&M games, the Howard and Morehouse games. I caught the Jackson State game. So it was some great basketball played in the HBCU space on Monday. So if
that means you know what that means, you did not catch the A&T and Hampton game.
I did not.
You should not. I'm glad you did.
I did.
I'm glad you made a good decision.
Well, let me say, of the games that I watched, let me
because I was not. I'll tell you what, man. I didn't catch it either. I just saw the score and I was like, we're getting demolished, and we should not be getting demolished. I think this is like one of the only games that we didn't cover. We didn't cover the spread. Like, we've been playing it competitively in the conference all season, and then we just got the break speed off was against Hampton. It was bad.
It was a rough day at the office for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna, in about 2 minutes, I'm gonna be talking more about this on another show, but it's time to close out.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the Inside HBCU Sports Lab. Make sure you share our podcast with your friends and colleagues. I'm David L. Rhodes with Jeffery Johnson and Brandon King. Make sure you check out the HU Pirate Ship at hupirateShip.com, and also check out their podcast where they go over Hampton Athletics. Make sure you also check out sneakershoptalk.com. You can follow me on Twitter at champd1012. If you're into like HBCU sports, video games, Carolina Panthers, that's my spot. Make sure you follow Dr. Kiana Cavil on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow Inside the HBCU Sports Lab 1 on Facebook and Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on YouTube. Dream big and to continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Jeff.
Of course.
Brandon.
Lecture.
Dismissed. You guys have a good one.